really three core pillars of scaling past 100 grand a month as somebody that has done it. And it's not all about the business strategy, although that's very, very important. So in this video, I'm going to be covering all three of the major big pillars, what I work with one-on-one with founders, and how we scale them. Number one is the business strategies. There's some offers that are very, very hard to scale. You could be an amazing skilled entrepreneur, but you could be going against the grain, working uphill your entire life if you're in a field and with an offer that just sucks. Some offers are more scalable than others, and the same offer that gets you to 10 grand a month might have to change. There might have to be iterations to scale past 50 to 100, because as things grow and expand in terms of fulfillment, in terms of customer acquisition, things are going to have to change. For example, my Done For You brand offer is super niche. It's not a great outbound offer. It's more of an inbound offer with relationships because it's very high ticket for a very niche avatar. And so there's different challenges around every single offer. You're not going to find an offer that checks every box forever, is amazing, and is easy forever at 10 grand, 100. It's not going to happen. Even software, even a service, even a product, there's different bottlenecks of fulfilling and scaling with every single offer at different revenue models. And so your business evolves with time. And sometimes the offer just sucks, point blank. Sometimes the offer is just terrible. And there's some main things to consider when you're looking at how well is my offer going to be in terms of scalability to $1 million a year and beyond. It's the avatar, it's your pricing, it's the market, and it's what kind of value can you deliver in a certain time period. So if you are working with a very niche avatar, how big is that market? And how big is the demand? And with AI, doing market research on this is super easy now. But the question you have to ask yourself is, can the market fulfill that level of revenue for the company? Like if you want to make 100 grand a month and your offer is 10 grand, does the market support that? It all comes down to numbers. If you want to make $1 million a year, you have to break it down in terms of numbers. How much to get a customer, lifetime value, etc. And then you look at the market, then you look at the avatar, then you look at your pricing, then you look at how you can fulfill. Can the market support it? Is there enough room in the marketplace? Who are my competitors, etc. This market research will really help you understand if your offer is even scalable in the first place. But business strategies as a whole, of course, is very important. And the same ones that got you in terms of fulfillment, acquisition, deliverable are going to have to change as you scale up. So for example, if you're on let's say you have a coaching program and you're doing DM setters and you're running organic content to DMs in that pipeline, to book call, to acquisition of client, you may have to start running ads to get to that number, right? Because there's DM limits, there's constraints at every level. And so once you solve a constraint, it just reveals a new constraint, right? And so the new constraint with hiring maybe a sales team and running ads and hiring a media buyer to run the ads for you that's going to eat your profit, right? That's going to increase your client acquisition costs because you have to run ads to acquire them. And so your pricing may have to change. And so your fulfillment may have to change. You may have to provide something for longer to make more money with your LTV to make all of this make sense. And so there's ever-changing pieces and parts. And the point is the tactics at 100 grand a month are not going to be the same that got you to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. They're going to have to change with time. They're going to have to change to get you to that at-scale number. Which leads me to number two, which is your internal belief systems as a founder. So as a founder, your identity has to be changing and shifting all the time. And so in that small example, where we went from organic DM setter to running paid media with a sales team, you're going to have to throw and invest capital in that example. But this is very common in any business. As you grow, you're gonna have to invest capital. And so in those periods of time, you might have stalled growth. You might be making less money for a period of time because you're investing on building this engine, on building this system that can scale you. And so as a founder, what is your threshold for risk? What is your mindset around investing and reallocating capital? What is your mindset around delegating, right? And bringing on people that are maybe more skilled than you and have better expertise in certain areas. Are you good with those decisions? Can you withstand the stall in revenue for the end result of hitting a higher revenue number? Some people can't. Some people will not expand their mind. Some people will not expand their identity. Some people will not reinvest capital. no matter what. They won't take on any more acquired risk. And so their mindset becomes the bottleneck. Their mindset becomes a constraint because their identity is not expanding. Because the identity of you at 100 grand a month is a way different person in terms of mindset, beliefs, etc., decisions, behaviors, than you at 20. Way different. You have to be that person at 20. That's the point. Your mindset and your identity has to expand to that level of person when you're not there yet. And that's how you get there. Because you have to make those great decisions. You have to have those behaviors. You have to take those risks so you can see the end result pay off. The third thing, and I think something that's not really talked about enough, is state and personal energetic state. What I mean by that is the person at 100 grand a month operates at a different level, right? Different tactics like we covered, different mindset like we covered, but they also feel differently, physically and mentally and spiritually. So something that's super important is your energetic state that you carry with you throughout the day. If you're somebody that neglects their health and really just hones in on business 16 hours a day, doesn't go to the gym, etc., in a short-term period, in a sprint format, that may be great and that may be really necessary. But long-term, you need organic energy. You need to be organically energized with you only have so much focus. You only have so much energy. You only have so much time to allocate to something. And in my experience working with people, the top performers have great sustained energy levels. They invest in how they physically feel to maintain the energy and the frequency they need to keep expanding their identity, because they're one and the same. Like consciousness, subconscious mind, your physical state, your spiritual state, your mental state, all of the attributes of how you feel and who you are as a person need to be completely in alignment. Complete alignment. Stillness of mind, clarity of mind, a focused mind, right? An energized body, a clear soul. These things help you grow and make more money. These things help you work longer, work harder, have better ideas, be more innovative. Everything is congruent. It must be congruent. And so what I would recommend is you can allocate time towards your well-being, towards eating better, right? Ordering from a better place, towards going to the gym, towards taking certain vitamins, so that mentally and physically you're on par with that level of who you are. It's very hard to sustain aggressive scale and aggressive growth if you feel like shit, if you're fat, if you're lethargic. It's very, very hard. It's kind of similar to the example of having a really bad offer and trying to scale it. Like, it's possible, but you'll feel terrible. And things will be 1,000 times harder. And really the three key pillars that we talked about. Strategies have to change and they have to improve. Your mindset and your beliefs have to be at that level of 100 grand while you're below it to make those great decisions and have those behaviors. And your physical state has to be there. Your cognitive well-being, you have to be focused all day long. It really does take that level of obsession. It's very hard to get there with balance. Balance is average. And what is average? 60 grand a month? That's what average equals. So it's really a decision of becoming obsessed and becoming the best. And those three pillars, as they evolve and as they grow, having the awareness to make those quick decisions and make those pivots and make those improvements in your business, have you scale. But it takes time, of course. And as you learn and as you grow, that's all you can ask for. Learn, grow in those three aspects. 100 grand a month is inevitable. And if you want to learn more about how I work with established founders to help them grow, check out the links in bio.